Hey you guys, welcome back to my garden. So today I'm going to work on something I've been avoiding because I didn't want to pull my beautiful pansies out of their containers. But all three of my containers in front of the garage are looking really, really sad. And it's been in the high 80s for the past few days and will be for the next several days. So it's just that time of year, but I've got some beautiful flowers I want to show you guys, so come with me. So I've got several of my Supertunia Bordeaux by Proven Winners that I want to put in my containers, along with the Diamond Frost Euphorbia. I've got some potato vine. I've also got Dichondra for a really icy blue color. And then some Lobelia. This is Better Homes and Gardens. But look at all of this together. I think it's going to be beautiful. All of my plants are spread all over the place, so we're going to load all of these up and then go over to the garage. All right, let's go. Here's the rest. So here are my three containers. I've got these really pretty junipers in here, but look how sad my pansies look. We're gonna go through and pull all of the pansies, and then we will lay out our plant combinations and get them potted up and watered in. Before we get planting though, I wanted to show you the containers on the front porch. I don't think I've ever actually really shown you these, but these are the pansies I have on the porch. They're still looking pretty good. They get quite a bit of sun up until around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I love them with the backdrop of the roses. You can see the garden out in the distance. But I've also got some ivy growing in this container right here. I've got a lamb's ear that was just a small division that'll fill that container here soon. I've got some strawberries we've been eating off of in that container there in the middle. And then this is a euonymus that I planted out in this container. I grew some petunias from seed and I planted some around my euonymus, hoping that maybe I get some color with those, but they might be getting too much shade. Now this little collection of my pansies are looking a little worn out. I just think they're so pretty, especially in these terracotta pots, and I love how my terracotta pots are starting to age. But then I have another golden euonymus right here with some petunias that I grew from seed in this pot, so we'll see how those do. Now this is my Fairy Trail Bride hydrangea. It's looking a little bit droopy. I think it might be getting a little more sun than it wants to right here. I did have this on the courtyard side of the house in more shade, I think, but I thought that it was going to do well here. But the blooms on it are so pretty, I thought I'd get to enjoy it more here on the porch, but I might have to just move it. This is a wildberry heuchera, I believe, by Proven Winners. I've got a hosta right here. I divided and stuck part of it in this container, and then I planted out some petunias right here. Now this little collection is a nepeta, a little pot of petunias. I've got some pansies in here. Not very many blooms on it currently. And then I've got a couple of boxwoods I'm going to put in the landscape, but I was watering everything and stuck it here. But my petunias first bloom. Here's another one of my hostas I have in a container by the porch swing. I just think it looks so pretty. Okay, I just did some rearranging because I was feeling sorry for my Fairy Trail Bride hydrangea over in the sun. Hopefully it'll perk back up. I just watered it yesterday, so for it to be so droopy today kind of made me feel sorry for it. So maybe this will be a better situation. We've got the heuchera here. I still need to put something in this. Might do another hosta. That probably work really well. There's Claudia hanging out. And then to fill in the space where I had my hydrangea, I moved all of those from here to this spot, and we'll figure out something for this another time. But and one more stop before we get planting those containers. I do want to show you the window boxes and how pretty they're looking. They have filled out so nicely. Look how they're mingling so well. So I did an experiment this year. Instead of using the bubblegum petunias, I'm using the pink wave petunias, and they are really doing exactly what I hoped they would. I planted one pink petunia here, the Bordeaux right here. I've got my potato vine on the corner here, and then I did 3 of the pink wave petunias in the center. I've got another potato vine tucked in there, my Bordeaux, and then 1 wave petunia over here. So a total of 5 wave petunias, 2 Bordeaux petunias, or the Supertunia Bordeaux, and then 2 potato vines. I added the potato vines later, so that's why they're not growing at all. But then I did this container after the window boxes. I think I planted this out with you guys. I've got 3 of the Bordeaux petunias, 3 of the pink wave petunias, and 2 potato vines. And look how it's filling out too. Oh, it all looks so pretty. One bucket of pansies down. While I'm doing this, I'm just making sure I get the majority of the soil out and just getting rid of the actual flowers themselves, because those roots will end up rotting eventually and helping with the soil. So I'm just gonna leave all those in here and just kind of spread them out and let them decompose naturally. Even though I water these containers quite frequently, they're quite dry because it's been so hot. I have one of them set up on drip, but I haven't been able to get drip to the other 2 yet because we're gonna have to run the drip hoses through the garage or around the garage doors or something like that. So we haven't quite figured out how we want to go about doing that, but I do want to get these on drip, and that'll help tremendously. But for now, I just got to keep watering. All right, on to the fun stuff. I'm just going through and pre-moistening all of the soil because it was pretty dry, and then I'll still water everything in once I'm done, but this is just going to make sure that everything is really good and saturated before I go planting all of the new plants, because it is going to be so hot over the next few days. Thankfully that'll end after we get a good rain, but I think these containers need a good soak. So I've laid all of my plants out and decided on how I want them situated. Got a few things I'm gonna just pinch off. This lobelia is so pretty. I hope it does well. I had it in part shade last year and absolutely loved it. It says that it can handle full sun, or that it loves full sun but can handle part shade. So I'm hoping that's the case and that they do extremely well in these containers. But this will be a first for me. Out here in these containers anyways. This Dichondra says it's part sun on the tag, but from what I read, it can do full sun. I'm putting it on the right side of my containers because the right side will get shade quicker than the left. So my potato vine that I know can take really full sun is what's gonna get that intense sun, and hopefully the Dichondra can handle being out here too. But this is an experiment as well. I kind of was tempted not to add these pink wave petunias at all because I like the way it looks without them. However, I used them in my window boxes over on the house, and because you can see my window boxes from this area, it helps to keep all of the containers somewhat the same, and it just creates a really good cohesive look. And I didn't want to cause it to look disjointed, and so I went ahead and added the pink petunias, and we'll see how we feel about it as everything fills in. I think it'll still look really pretty and it'll help everything stay cohesive. Even though I do have the Supertunia Bordeaux in these containers and the window boxes, I think I probably need the pink too. What's really different here is having the Dichondra and the Lobelia. I'm gonna use some plant tone to feed all of my flowers really quick. The soil I put in my containers is all new this year, but petunias are very heavy feeders, so we're gonna go ahead and do this anyways, just to give them extra. Scratching it in a little bit. Okie dokie. Alright, you guys, I got them all watered in. This one has the sweet potato vine, the Bordeaux Petunia, the Dichondra, the Lobelia, the pink wave petunia, and then we have diamond Frost Euphorbia, another Bordeaux Petunia, another Lobelia, another pink wave petunia. I did the same pattern on each of the containers, and so hopefully those fill in and look really beautiful. You can see my window boxes back in the back, and so I think once these start filling out, they're going to work really well with those window boxes. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We got all the garage containers filled up. They're watered in, so hopefully they're gonna perk up and look really beautiful really soon. I love when you join me in the garden, so please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time in the garden. Happy gardening, guys.